Can't hear you.
It's time for change. We all know there are way too many cars on the street and in the congested parking lots. So the Zapp solution, a fully shared multi-vehicle solution for last mile logistics in college campuses and downtown urban areas. Why now? The population is exploding, it's growing, and the sharing economy has now become the norm. You've got Airbnb, Uber, Lyft, and of course, Zapp. What is Zapp Rideshare, you ask me? Well, you locate, control, rent, and share electric vehicles 24/7, 365 from the Zapp app with no keys needed. And how do we do it? Our app, our software, and our hardware work in concert to create a user-friendly experience that all of our college kids love. Our current and future Zapps. Currently, we're using electric cycles. We have a new self-balancing, easier electric cycle coming out. And in addition to that, we are working on NEV vehicle prototypes and partnering with car companies. The Zapp swap feature is very important. This is the game here. We can swap from any vehicle, from a bike to a scooter, from a scooter to a car, from an NEV to a kick scooter. It's one place, one application for all your downtown urban transportation needs. No need to have 5 apps, you have one. The University of South Carolina is where we started. We have the support of the president of the university, Harris Pastides. We have support of the engineering department who's helping us work on solar charging stations and the new outlook of our scooters. But most importantly, we have the support of the students who faithfully ride Zapp every day and use it as a verb. I zap to class, let's zap it to the game. We are gaining traction. Since launching 18 months ago at the university, we have 22,000 app registrations. 150,000 rides, 2.5 million minutes used, and we have generated over $600,000 in revenue and counting. Future markets, any college campus, the bigger the better. UCLA, U of T, U of F, LSU, ASU. If it's a college campus, Zapp needs to be there. Team Zapp, we have employees in the United States. We have employees in Poland, and we have employees in China. We have a solid foundation for growth, and our team has been working together for 3 years now. Growth and revenue. These are real projections, past and present. The present is there, the past is there, and the future is all based on past. So by the end of this year, with 3 more locations open up, we should easily do $750,000 in revenue. We're up to 600 now. Add 3 more locations, another 75,000 users. And by 2020, based on real projections, there's no reason we can't be at 30 campuses through franchising with 1.5 million users. The ask. This is the important part, right? This is why I'm here. I want $5 million. I want to expand our current location. I want to open up the 3 additional locations that I just spoke about. We have our R&D and development, which is always ongoing. And I need team members. I need the talent. It's people that make businesses, not just the technology. The passion in the people. That's important. So I need the best talent. And of course, we all know we need marketing. Why are we better than the rest? Loop raised $5 million. Bird raised $100 million. They're valued at $400 million, and they're not as far as us, and their capabilities aren't as good. Zipcar, Hertz, great companies, outdated technology. They need our technology. Those companies are great. Zapp is better. Say no to FOMO, fear of missing out. Invest with us. Come see us at booth 128 when this is all over, and I'll explain in more detail. Thank you very much, Collision, and Zapp on.
Can you talk more about your utilization rates?
I'm sorry?
Utilization rates.
My transition rate?
No, utilization.
My utilization rate? So how many users are using each time? Okay, so there's about 35,000 students that go to the university, and since we launched 18 months ago, we've had 22,000 app registrations. So they actually downloaded and went through the whole 5-minute registration process with their credit card, their driver's license information. You have to remember that each year you lose about 10,000 people because the seniors graduate, and you bring in a new 10,000 freshmen approximately. So that's why there's 35,000 students. We've had 22,000 people in the last year and a half take at least one ride. And on average, 4 or 5 rides a week for our users, and we have subscription models where people can ride unlimited 10-minute rides, 20-minute rides, 30-minute rides with a 15-minute wait. Some of our users literally use this 10 times a day, back and forth, pick up and drop off at any of the multiple locations on campus.
How about competition? So if you think of Lyft, why not Lyft just acquires Lion Bike and all these other guys, and now you've got a serious competitor with billions of dollars of capital. How do you think you would compete in that world?
I compete in that world because even though I'm a small company, I feel I have the best technology, user-friendly, and I'm starting to build a base. Another way to compete in that world is to find the funding and rapidly grow. And you also need relationships. We have a really strong relationship with the university, and the president of the university is actually helping us in reaching out to the other college campuses to let them know what a great job we're doing there. So it's about getting to market first, it's about putting more money into technology, and it's about the relationships with both the college campuses and the municipalities.
I did drop by your booth earlier, so I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
One is that it seems like a lot of these vehicles you basically own, right? So how does the capital expenditure look like in the next year or two? And then second is, from what I gather, where you leave the vehicles, they're not charging there. You replace, someone has to go there to replace the batteries.
Yep, and those are...
Can you just walk me through the financials of how that works?
Sure, and those are great questions. So as far as the vehicle goes, yes, the first ones we bought, we were a small company, we had no credit, we had to lay out the cash to buy the first ones. Now we will go into a leasing partner program with some of the vehicle manufacturers, whether that's the bicycles, the scooters, GM, you name it, right? So there could be leasing options to keep the capital expenditures down. And as we prove ourselves more, then we'll be able to do that. But of course, nobody knew who we were. No bank was going to give me money to finance these scooters, so I raised the money and I bought them. But we do plan on leasing vehicles in the future. Now, as far as the no charging stations, there's a very important reason for that. Because if I needed to build infrastructure for the 45 pickup and drop-off locations at the university, I'd be into this for millions of dollars before I even put the first scooter on the road. But I would still have to have my safety road crew guys out there making sure that the scooters are safe and the bicycles and everything are safe for my users. So I need to have them anyways, right? And if I had charging stations, then that scooter is going to sit there for 5 hours not making me any money when I could simply pay a fair wage to college students to go around with their iPad, know when the battery level low, and swap that battery out in 2 minutes, put it back online, and let that bike continue to make money.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Frank. Thank you, Frank. Tremendous job. So next up today,